Oh, we live on Facebook today. Welcome to Facebook Live, my Facebook family. Wonderful people out there. I hope you're doing well. It's Make It Happen TV with me, the wonderful, amazing Spencer, and the even more wonderful, the even more amazing, the even more fantastic, my buddy, Sara Al Madani. How are you, hun?
I'm good. Thanks for having me again. I'm so excited. Yes, pillows that are to die for. Okay.
We're on the sofa today, so we're not in the studio, we're on the sofa, and I thought I'd come to you on the sofa because we have a lady here with us this afternoon, and I thought make something comfortable for her to sit on. So are you comfortable?
You know I'm cool with everything, Spencer,
yeah.
Right? I'm
so
cool with the floor, I'm cool sitting anywhere.
You are actually, because of what we did earlier.
Because I was sitting on the floor earlier.
So for those of you that don't know Sara, as I have known her and come to know her, this lady is quite a celebrity, quite a superstar, an entrepreneur in ways that a lot of you would like to be, I can imagine too. You know, her social media following is large. Oh, nearly 200,000 people follow her on LinkedIn because of the articles that she writes. She's had success with countless businesses over the years, embarking on even new. Every time I talk to her, there's another business coming, another idea, another flight she's getting for another opportunity. Fair?
Yes.
That is fair, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, you only live once, so you gotta go out there and find who you are, discover yourself.
I have to stop you. We're live, but we're live like this.
Yeah, that's because it's turned around the wrong way.
Yeah, but when people will see it, it will look like that.
So turn it around.
Yeah, that's why. So I wanted to stop you guys.
Turn it around.
I'm gonna turn it
I know a lot
around.
of people who see it live like that. They like it like that.
In that other way?
Yeah, the other way.
Really?
Yeah.
Will someone flip his
No,
phone?
you gotta
No, it's not.
You have to take it out of there, Amir.
So can everyone hear us right now?
Everyone can hear us.
They can
Hi
actually.
guys, we're just flipping the screen.
Technical stuff. This is Amma, okay, our technical guy, okay, cameraman, our filmmaker, our positive energy from time to time, but also somewhat
Negative.
Well, it's
No,
not like that.
he's
He's a
cool.
perfectionist.
He is a perfectionist.
And he's like, everything's got to be perfect, perfect, perfect. So now you can see us not sideways on and you can see us upright the right way.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's good. For all of you guys out in Instagram world, okay, that are following Sara. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi!
So your lady. So what I want to talk to you about this afternoon is a little bit about your success, what you're up to at the moment, the kind of stuff that you've done, and also take some questions from our audience.
All right.
So they can understand they just get some answers about their questions around career and entrepreneurialism and stuff like that.
We
Would
can do
be okay?
that. Yes, let's do this.
Okay, so how do you go about getting 190,000 people to follow you on LinkedIn?
See, the thing is with social media, before people used to follow anyone and anything, but right now people are emotionally intelligent, so they want content. They want to see very good content. So on LinkedIn, I started writing very, very touching, heartfelt articles I do in a very humane way. And people like that. They don't want to hear, yeah, I'm successful. Yeah, I've done this. Yeah, I've went there. They don't want to hear how you brag about what you've done. They want to see your hustle, the struggle, how you're hustling everything. So I just realized this is how to touch hearts, and my following just grew on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Okay.
They like authentic people on LinkedIn.
And so tell me about how important social media is for you developing your business and your entrepreneurial strategy.
Well, the thing is, social media is your free window to the world, basically. Everyone's life without having to pay a lot for it. You know, it's completely free unless you're trying to boost it. But the thing is, it just changed everything. Business, it changed approach to everything. Sales. I mean, you're in sales and you know how that works magic. But even in recognition, like even now when I'm in LA, because I live in between here and there, people recognize me in LA. And the thing is, when I ask them why, I'm not a lifestyle blogger, I'm not a fashionista, I'm not anything, I'm just an entrepreneur. But they're like, the content you're putting online is amazing, and what people online are missing is good content, basically. And this is what you're doing as well, creating content.
People have fear, like you wouldn't believe. Fear getting it kind of perfect before they embrace in doing it. You know, there's this paralysis from analysis type of mentality of, I don't want to post anything that's bad, I don't want to post anything that's not complete, so I won't post anything at all until I know what I'm doing exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of people do that, but the thing is, you need to, in terms of quality, let's say now of whatever I'm posting, I'm very picky, okay? But in terms of content, I think 1,000 times before posting anything, because I don't want to offend anybody, I don't want to rub anything in anyone's face, so I'm very sensitive to cultures as well. So that's why, yes, I do think a lot before writing anything, and I take into consideration everything, the status of a person, the background of a person, the culture of a person, and that's the way you end up being successful online, is when you are culturally aware of everything.
See, I don't. I approach it differently.
How do you do it?
There's always someone that you offend somehow, some way.
No, that's always there.
Okay, so
that's
that
always there. Yeah.
So that kind of is in my mantra of like, well, you're going to offend someone, so it doesn't matter what you say, someone's going to be pissed off about it, you know. And so just try and get the message out that you're trying to give out in the most authentic way you can. Make it as least staged as possible.
Yes.
And just share. I mean, if you look at your Insta stories, for example, you go to the gym, and I notice you're going to the gym and you're just having a chat about whatever it is you're talking about. There's relevant content, okay, but it's palatable in a way that people find it easy to take on board. Now, I'm sure you get a wonderful bunch of positive comments, and I'm sure the odd person out there goes, why are you doing that over and over again? And obviously you get that kind of stuff as well.
Okay, I'll tell you something that will shock you. So every time somebody writes anything negative to me, whether it's a comment or a direct message, this is my personality. I believe you leave people better than the way you found them.
Yeah.
So what I do is I always approach them in a very nice way, you know, like, hey, you know what, you're beautiful, you're way smarter than that. Why would you say something like this? You're just putting yourself down right now, and I believe you're the genuine person. And then their attitude just changes, and then I don't have any negative comments anymore. It stopped. I get them like once every 2-3 months. Before, I used to get them all the time. And then, you know, you never know who you're touching in terms of content. You never know who you're speaking to, who changes, who you're affecting, who you're influencing. I'd rather always leave people better than the way I found them. And this kind of thinking changed everything. Now, the only thing I'm not apologetic about is myself. I am me. If that offends someone, I don't care. It's my personality. I am who I am. I don't care. Like, I get a lot of comments about the way I look, being a local, having a nose ring that is a hoop, you know? And people make fun of it all the time, and they say, you know, you're involved in so many things, even governments. Why would you have that? It's because when you are investing in a person, you're investing in this. You're not investing in how they look, you know? And I'm not offending anybody. I love what I have, and I love how I am, and I would do me all the time, and that would never stop. So I'm never apologetic about that. But in other terms, like in terms of content, what I say, how my content is culturally aware of sensitivities and all that is something I take into consideration.
Okay, that's the social media side. Let's just talk about you in business.
All right.
Do you kind of like really love being in business? Is it something that you really thrive on?
I don't do. The thing is, I mean, we all know money is a priority, right? Sorry, it's a necessity. But it's not my priority, because I believe if you do something you love and you're doing it well and you're passionate about it, money comes. But it is a necessity because we need it to survive. We want to make money. We love money in the end, right? So to me, when I do a business, I don't think of, oh my God, the first thing is, when am I going to make the money? How much money? To me is, I'm enjoying, I'm learning, I'm loving this. I love being involved with my employees, and it's a growing journey for me, the brand or whatever I'm doing, and the people with me. So that's my most ultimate important thing. Because to me, learning is priceless. What I learn from people around me is priceless. So, but I mean, in the end, as long as I'm doing something I love, it shines. Money comes right away. You attract money right away. And whenever I do business, I try to solve a problem. And that's how you attract money as well. You need to solve an existing problem. You can't just, everyone is opening a burger shop, hey, I'm going to open a burger shop, because trends die. That's why they're called trends. They don't last for long. So that's why stop following trends. While you're trying to invent things in life, McDonald's is still McDonald's, and they're still making money. They never changed anything. So do something you love, find your passion is very important, and venture into different things, because honestly, all of the businesses I have no educational background in them, no experience in them, zero. I just hired the right people that taught me everything, my team. I had zero knowledge. I Googled most of the stuff I do. So knowledge is available everywhere. I don't know what's people's excuse nowadays.
You own a restaurant, and I know you're a fully trained 2-star Michelin chef. I know you're in the fashion industry, and you work for Cosmopolitan and Marie Claire. Okay, I know that you studied at where was it? At Stanford, maybe? Was it IT?
Harvard.
Harvard. You studied at Harvard to get your.
Do they even have IT in Harvard? I don't even know. No, but the thing is, like as you said, the restaurant. I have zero knowledge in food, and seriously, if I'm gonna cook for you, you guys must have health insurance.
No, I don't want you to.
You're gone. You'll be gone. So,
you might be like my wife.
No, so I'm sure she's good at cooking. But the thing is, I just Googled it. I swear, I Googled everything. It's so easy. And then my tech company, I was so curious about technology, and I opened it in Los Angeles and Pasadena. I was curious. What is this? What's happening? How is this? To me, human beings are the most beautiful thing on earth. Like, in the world. We are such a complex creature. I love our details. So I was like, what is this technology that's going to take over humans? It's impossible. So what I did is I was like, I want to venture in tech.
Yeah.
And I have zero knowledge in tech, but my partners, my employees, the other team taught me everything. And this is something to do with leadership. When you're hiring people, hire people that are better than you because they need to teach you. Don't hire people that are lower in experience or anything than you because you don't want to be the king. It doesn't work like that. You need to exchange knowledge. And my team taught me everything.
Should we answer some questions?
Yes,
that
let's answer some
people
questions.
like to ask.
Yep.
Okay, so thanks for your questions, those guys of you that have sent questions in. We've had some really good questions for Sara. So you ready for this?
Oh yes.
Okay. I've not showed her these questions, so she doesn't know what's coming.
I hate reading questions. I like to be honest and spontaneous.
Okay, this is from a lady called Jenny Collins from Sydney.
All right.
Okay, so hi Sara, I'm a single mum and a business owner. I recently opened a new restaurant, and in addition to that, I'm a designer. Thing is, I'm struggling to do it all. I know that women are supposed to be the queen of multitasking, but my poor daughter never sees me. I constantly feel like a headless chicken because everything's going wrong at the restaurant, and I don't think I'll ever finish the line of bikinis and activewear I'm working on. How do you manage to keep it together? Because it's doing my brains in.
All right, so first of all, hi. What's your name?
Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. How are you? I'm a single mom, and I'm in fashion, and I'm in restaurant as well. So I feel what you're saying, but Jenny, you need to understand something. We as humans tend to spread our energy into everything. We're like an octopus. You have a hand here, you have a hand there, you have a hand everywhere. And this is a mistake. You need to preserve your energy and just focus on your priorities. And once you set your priorities, everything falls in place. And forget work-life balance. That's a myth. It does not exist. So find out what's your priority. Your priority is your restaurant right now, not your fashion brand. Do it. And if your priority is to generate sales, do that and focus on that. Don't go into meetings and don't meet people that are going to waste your time. If you can have a meeting on a phone, don't go see that person, have it on a phone. But for us, what we do is we spread ourselves everywhere that we're exhausted and we're scattered. We're not even focused anymore. So try to focus on what's important, get it done. Now, about your child. For me, I take my son everywhere I go. Meetings, I give speeches, carrying him, crying on my shoulder. The reason I do that is not because I'm trying to force my life on my child's life and take away his childhood away from him, but one day when I'm gone, my empire, whatever I've built it, is for my child. And I need my child to be involved at a young age. He needs to see his mom working. He needs to see his mom, paying bills. He needs to see all these things, and all these things will resonate in him because it takes a second generation to kill the empire of a first generation. And if you get your children involved at a young age, do it. And for me at work, I have a small corner in the office that I've made for my son. So he goes and plays there, and he feels like he's not missing out on anything. There's toys, there's like an iPad for him to watch things, his food is there. So I never take him and just sit him in a corner and ignore him at work because I feel that's not right. It's not balanced. So create a place for your son, an ecosystem for him wherever you are working. Or sorry, your daughter, my son, and just take her with you, get her involved. And I did this one thing with my son. My son is almost 3 years old, so I promised him one thing, that if he comes with me to all my meetings and behaves and bears with me, every day for an hour, I'd do something special with him. And in that hour, I dedicate my whole time with him. So no phones, no nothing, and just play with him. Either I take him to play, either we go shopping for toys, either we go grocery shopping for candy. That time is his. And he always, when I finish work, he always says, Mama, grocery store, or Mama, let's go play. So he looks forward to that. So, and don't ever break a promise to a child because that stays in them. So just focus, don't scatter yourself around.
Hey Jenny, what a great answer to that question. Hey, how cool is that? What a fabulous answer. If you got anything more on that, Jenny, you want to pipe in with and you share with us, then let us know. Okay, this is from Courtney Stain in London. Okay, Courtney says, I used to be a bit of a powerhouse until I had my kids, that was. I was a very successful marketing and sales director at a big corporate, but then my husband and I agreed that I'd take some time off when the kids arrived so that I could be more hands-on with them. Now 7 years later, and I barely remember the life I once lived. I want to get back into the swing of things, but A, I'm rusty as hell, and B, I don't think anyone's going to take me seriously with a 7-year gap in my resume. What do I do?
Okay, the thing is, I know that you took some time off to take care of the kids, but I feel like 7 years were a lot, but the good part is that it's never too late to start again. And so what if you're missing 7 years in your resume? You can update yourself in so many other ways. And I know companies that don't mind taking people on board that have fallen behind for a while, because it is a talent as well.
Is it not a thing though, that maybe even after you've been in one career for so many years, you take 7 years out, it almost gives you a chance to go and start something completely new.
Exactly.
Rather than going back to what you knew before, which I'm sure some of it you enjoyed and some of it you didn't, but was that role that you had before your dream? Maybe it wasn't, and maybe now after 7 years you can reinvent yourself. You can be that new person, can't you?
Yeah, it's true, and you shouldn't assume no one would take you because there's a gap. For me, when I hire women, especially if they're moms, I like it because they're very disciplined. They you know, when you raise a child, you're very disciplined financially with household, so you're already experienced in so many ways, but just at home. So I love having moms on board when it comes to hiring women. So don't underestimate the power you have, your knowledge and all that. And that gap, use it for your own sake. Like find out something you love to do, discover something new or a new place you want to go to, and just try. Don't assume, just try.
Absolutely. Okay, next question. Okay, Kelly Biggs is in Dubai here. Hi Sarah, hi Spencer. I'm about to take a massive chance and quit my day job in an attempt to follow my passions. I'm super excited, but I don't know if I've saved enough money to do this. I saved up 3 months' salary to get me through the initial rough months, but I'm hoping that after that, my product and business will have taken off. Is this enough to get me through? What are the biggest risks that I should be thinking of, and how can I manage them?
The thing is, I would usually advise people to, especially if you haven't, Kelly, right?
Kelly Biggs, yeah.
So Kelly, if you haven't done a financial study about the business you want to do, because it's beautiful to be a dreamer and to be inspired and to quit your job and make your dream come true. I love that. And I'm a big believer in that. But the thing is, you can't just do it. You can't just wake up one day and do it. You need to financially be secured. You need to financially be ready and have a plan. And to do that, you don't need a financial background. You don't need to be like a finance graduate or something like that. It's very easy. There's a format. It's online. Check it out. You need to know how much is the cost of what you want to do. What are the risks and what are the hidden costs that you might face? Because you might run into creating your dream and find out, oh my God, I'm actually 60,000 short. I never put that into consideration. So when you are not sure financially of how much money you need to do that, stick to your job. Have your job as a backbone until you're established, and then walk away from your job and do it. But if you saved enough to actually go on this journey and discover yourself, go ahead and do it. Because if you fail, you can immediately go back and apply for a new job. It's not like that is gone for you. It's not a door that's going to close and never open up for you. So think about what you're doing. Feel yourself out. If you feel like this is a risk you can take, go ahead and do it. And I honestly, I salute you for that. But if not, stick to your job and support yourself until you're on your feet.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. What I would do is make sure that I understand exactly what I have to do, write my business plan, know how much money I'm going to need, and make sure that I've covered those bases, plus I've got 3 months emergency money put aside. Yeah. And those 3 months emergency money I've got put aside. If everything goes wrong, at least I can pay the bills and at least I can get going. Okay, Joe Campbell's in Dubai. Joe says, how many revenue streams should a person have in order to be successful? How many businesses do you run, Spencer and Sara? So, how many do you run?
6.
6. How many do I run?
20.
6.
6 as well.
6 as well?
Yeah. No, I mean, the thing is, look, I know people who run one business and they're like making millions out of it, you know? So it depends. But for me, I'm a person who believes in multiple revenues. So I like that. I like having something every now and then here and there, because you never know what might happen to one business, right? But that does not mean you're not successful. It's just personality. So you can have one and be extremely successful, and you can have 9 and be extremely successful. Or you can have 9 and be not successful at all, even if you have different revenue streams. But no, that shouldn't intimidate you. And if you plan ahead, even with one revenue stream, That's amazing. I actually know a guy who shut down 7 companies and concentrated just on one. Because it was doing so well, he felt like the rest were just, you know, unnecessary revenue streams that he can get rid of and focus on that one. So you're the one who makes that choice. Like our advice would be useless for you right now, because it's your journey, it's your discovery, it's your finding, and it's the lifestyle that you live and how you can manage to live that lifestyle.
For you to limit your risk, if you're worried about risk, then obviously having income streams from different businesses limits that risk.
Yeah.
But again, the reason that I'm able to run those businesses is that I have really awesome, and I mean awesome, people that work within those businesses to help run it. Richard Branson's a big advocate of this, and I know that Sara is, and I believe this too, is surround yourself with really good people, and I mean really, really good people.
Yeah.
And if you've got really good people, then you've got a good chance of being successful.
True.
Okay, here we go, another one. Lauren Pleats, she's in Joburg. Hi Lauren, how you doing, hon? I was recently told by a colleague that I'm only in my position, which is a senior manager at my firm and a second in command to my CEO, because of my looks. Whoa.
Wow.
Because I work closely with our CEO, everyone assumes I'm sleeping with him, and this couldn't be further from the truth. How do I get away from these awful stereotypes? Because it's really getting me down, and it's just not true.
What's your name?
Lauren Pleats.
Lauren, whatever you do, no matter how hard you try to fix this, it's unfixable. People will always talk. And you know why they're talking? Because you're successful. So no matter how much people talk, there's one thing they can't deny, it's success. So if you're successful, who cares what people say? But if you feel that this is a toxic environment for you and you're really affected personally, I would leave. I wouldn't even think twice. I would apply somewhere else and leave, but not leave immediately, but like prepare a very easy transaction to somewhere else. But if you're a person who this doesn't bother, like to me, I don't care about these things. They can talk as much as they want. I'm successful, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, but do you know what? There's people out there that have got really thick skin, and it bounces off them.
It's true.
And there's some people that are sensitive, and there's nothing wrong with that, and maybe that's you, where what other people think, what they say, what their impression is, what the undercurrent is in that environment, actually can wear you down a bit. It can affect your confidence and your positivity and your self-esteem. And if you're in an environment like Sara says, that's toxic, my advice would be the same. Get out, okay? Or understand that these people are poisonous people because you have something that they don't have. It's so easy to attack people and blame people for the reason that you're not successful, i.e. they're not successful because you've got the success.
Yeah.
Because you know what? That's just how people sometimes can be. People don't always look for the good in people.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, they don't. You know, they've got to find a reason to justify to themselves why they're not doing as well as they could do. And if you're that reason, then guess what? They're going to try and pick on that.
Exactly.
And also, I'd ask yourself to do something. If you are one of those sensitive types, I would get those people one at a time and sit them down and have a coffee with them, and just in a calm, professional way, just ask them what their problem is. Because they may not even realise that their gossiping is having an impact on you. And if they knew that you knew, maybe they'd be so deeply offended by that that they would back off and not be that way.
I'm actually the opposite of you. I would not sit anyone down to talk about that, because I will not feed them what they want, because what they want is to distract you, basically. And if you sit them down, you're actually saying, okay, you've got my attention, now what? Just let them be. If you're not happy, walk away. If you're happy, you're doing so well, and that's why they're talking. So if people ask, what is Lauren doing? Lauren, right?
Yeah.
What is Lauren doing, and how is she getting things done? She's doing what you're not doing, which is hard work. That's it.
There you go, there's some questions. Hopefully they've been answered nicely for you and you understood it. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Okay, a couple of things that we need to talk about before we go. So how much are you going to sponsor me for? Because I'm going to Kilimanjaro to raise money for charity, and you know I fly tonight.
I've got 30 dirhams on me. Will that be good?
30 dirhams? How much are you going to sponsor me for?
5.
5? 10?
Any higher? So he's going, I was supposed to do Kilimanjaro last year, but I have hypothyroid and the doctor's like, you'll die there. So I was like, I don't want that dramatic scene happening. So go and do it for the both of us.
Okay, I definitely will do that. Okay, I'm off tonight to do that, so follow my story on Instagram and you'll see how we're getting on. We don't have signal all the way up the mountain, but every now and then when I do get it, I'm going to make sure that I share with you. That's the first thing. Second thing, I've been producing a show with Lewis Alsop that you know about, guys, which is called The Close, and that's produced every week. You see an episode of that, which is fantastic. Okay, on top of that, there's a new show coming. And that new show, we want to be incredibly interactive, and we want to interview people that have gone and created success for themselves in different ways. It doesn't have to be just in financial success or business success, but people that are going out there and making it happen in their own kind of way.
But taking them out of their comfort zone.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get Sarah to do this for ages, like ages and ages and ages. It's
Spencer, come on.
You know, because I obviously, you know, that I interview lots of people and I work with lots of people, but I've wanted to work with this lady for some time now, and at last I've got a chance to grab a hold of her before she gets on a plane again and start doing it. What I want from you, okay, so the show's going to be called The Edge. You'll see it. What I want from you, okay, is for you to send us, okay, either DM me, okay, post, comment, whatever you want to do, and let us know who you would like us here in the UAE, okay, to interview, get under their skin and find out all about the deepest, darkest secrets they have in their business, okay, and how they've grown to be where they are from where they were.
And only if they dare to be on the show, they would. Because we're going to do something completely different.
You won't see anything like this. Honestly, you won't see anything like this, okay? Obviously, you can see we'll have lots of fun, but I promise you, okay, we're very serious about what we're trying to achieve.
And I promise you next time I'd have makeup and I'd look decent, because right now I'm just tired and
yeah, why do you look so terrible?
It's Ramadan.
You know?
I don't look... Do I look terrible?
I mean, I can't believe it. You didn't make any effort. You know, the last time you came...
Thank you, Spencer. So,
you look lovely. You always look lovely. Don't be like that.
Okay.
If she had feelings, then I know she'd be affected by it.
But I have none.
All right, guys. So whatever you do today, make sure you do what Sarah does. If you've got any other questions, let us know. Okay, look out for the new show. We're very excited to be going on with it. Okay, this time, please. Okay, make sure you let us know who you would like us to be engaging with. For now, whatever you do what this lady does. You can get out there and make it happen. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.